Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to episode 51 of the UK Chinwag Pinball Podcast thingy. This wasn't going to be a 51. Well, not there was, but just not this early. Because what I planned to do was basically do one sort of half interview with Craig, half interview with Ian, and they would both go together, and they would basically make the hour. As you'll already know by now, myself and Craig couldn't shut up. Mostly Craig couldn't shut up, really. And there you go. So we've decided to do this almost like a little mini Chinwag, which we'll shoehorn in before Pinfest. Unless you're watching this after Pinfest, in which case you did it the wrong way round. Let's bring Ian in. Hello, mate.
Oh, hello.
Whose machine is that behind you? Don't say Lord Sauron's.
No, it's Gandalf's.
It's Gandalf's, no.
No, this is Roger Valentine's Lord of the Rings that he kindly lent me a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Behind that is Darren Ball's Barracura as well, which you can't
see. So you're doubling up at the moment.
Ooh.
Very nice. Have you reached?
We could get 3 in here, but I don't think I'd be welcome in the house anymore.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You don't need to be welcome in the house. You could just live in the conservatory. You clearly got your chair there, 3 pinball machines you could have in there, mate. Hey, house schmouse. House is overrated, quite frankly. We were just discussing this, weren't we? That I've got lots of pinball machines, but I can't afford to get my car serviced, MOT'd, and insured. So I'm just driving. I'm basically get the car done. I've got a van, you see. Do I need to use the car? Not really. We need another pinball machine instead. That's really what it's all about. How are you finding Lord of the Rings? How many times you reached Valinor?
No, don't be daft. I had one before for a few months. I got nowhere near it, and I've not played too much yet because it's been so hot. It gets really warm in here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
it's like a greenhouse in there.
Yeah, it can be. Had a few games, had a few good scores, but nothing solid yet.
Oh, really? Okay. So where are we getting to? What have you done? Talk me through it.
I've got to there and back again, which is one of the other little wizard modes.
It's a great mode with a nice little tune in the background, a little Shire type tune, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very, very relaxing.
It is. Run yourself a bath, there and back again. It's a nice, like English sort of traditional folk music in the background. It's lovely.
That must be a southern thing, that.
This is something that I probably shouldn't talk about whilst we talk about having a bath, but I'll say it anyway. It's an old joke, and a joke that's been done before on this channel. Have you destroyed the ring yet?
Yes, plenty.
Good stuff. Absolutely. Another reason why you're locked out of the house, certainly. So how long have you got that for? I don't want to push our luck in case, Rogers doesn't,
I think the agreement we had is just till whenever. There's no...
Brilliant.
Yeah, there's no sort of time scale on it, so we'll just come to an agreement at some point and then it go back. But for the time being, yeah, it's great having it here.
One of my favourites, actually. Got to be one of the iconic shots is the ring shot on that, I think, right?
Yeah, especially during Destroy the Ring, because suddenly the shot becomes that wide to that wide.
Yeah, it does.
Time.
Yeah, you're hitting it fine the whole game. When it's just because it starts, you hit that to start the modes, if I remember rightly, don't you? Yeah, which is fine. Start a mode, no pressure at all. Like the animations there, the music. Frodo's having fisticuffs with Gollum. The music's playing. You're on a timer as well. It does become very, very difficult. I
think the biggest thing about it is the music that's going along with it as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about it for a little bit, but not too much because you're making me want a Lord of the Rings again, and this is always bloody unhealthy. Whenever I think,
because you can't afford to get your car serviced.
Yeah, mate. Maybe I can sell a van or a child or something. You don't know. There's still a kidney. Yeah, who needs them? But I was going to say there is no wriggle room. There's no wriggle room at all here. What would I get rid of? Batman, Monster Bash, Godzilla, or Deadpool? You can't get rid of any of those pins, So I don't know. What can we do?
First world
sorry, say again.
First world problems.
It really is, isn't it? It really is. I know. I've caught myself saying it a few times. But yeah, get a grip of yourself, man. You're a very, very lucky boy. I do know it. What about the one thing that annoys me in Lord of the Rings is the Balrog. Not the books. Great in the books, the Balrog. In the films, great. We love the Balrog. In the pinball machine, it's a pain in the arse, right?
What, for getting in your way?
Yeah.
You could just bash it and get it out of the way as quick as you can.
But then it drains. It's a bit of it's angled to drain, isn't it?
Yeah, but a lot of shots in pinball are like that, aren't they?
I know. Don't like those.
You got to get a good smack in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. So what was the other game you got there?
Barracura, which is a early 80s Williams solid state. Very, very fun game.
Is it?
I'm enjoying it, yeah. And my daughter's taken a bit of a kindness to it as well. She's quite enjoying that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does she normally play?
Yeah, she's 6. She played one ball on Lord of the Rings and said she didn't like it, and then went straight back on Barracura.
Yeah. I don't know Barracura, but I can imagine Lord of the Rings is a tough one on kids, I'd imagine. Particularly, yeah. I mean, funny enough, it's because when the Balrog swings out, you do think, oh, that's good, but it can drain. I think the little golem shot is quite hard as well. It's quite you get it from around the other side, but actually to get it from the front is difficult. I think the Aragorn, the sword shot, is quite difficult as well. I think probably if you're a kid, once it goes up to Path of the Dead and it's sort of traveling down, it sort of kills time a little, but it's probably not the most rewarding game, is it?
I've taken the outline post all the way out as well. It plays very difficult because it can play a long game, Lord of the Rings. Yeah, you could be on it for a long time.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Are you? So it's set up hard, not just for that. You've been. Are you in training? Are you, Ian?
I was in Tilt for 8 hours on Saturday, so yeah.
Really? Okay.
Went to Tilt with Paul Owen, and we met Gene there, and had a few games on a few different things.
So since you were last here playing Batman, you taught me how to play Batman. I really appreciate that, by the way. Since you did that, and so I thank you for that. Also, thank you for setting up Andy, by the way, for doing our interview. Andy, very, very kind of you to help facilitate that. But I realised that I'm so much better with someone explaining the game to me, and I know Craig's going to look to explain Godzilla to me as well. I find it so much easier. It was actually Andy did the same with Deadpool. I mean, because that Deadpool, I had it, then Andy had it, and then it came back to me, and I was pleased Andy had it. Because number one, he got it to play better because he's good like that. But number two, he was actually explaining exactly what I should be doing in what order. So yeah, it was great when you came out to that. But you just won a tournament when we saw you last.
January. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've played in another tournament since then, haven't you?
Have I?
I think so.
No, I've not done anything apart from the Northern Pinball League. I've not done any other.
I think it might have been that we were talking about then. So didn't you do? How did you do in the Northern Pinball League?
Finished. I'm in the B finals for Pinfest. I had a bit of a shocker at the last round, so we missed out on A division. So I think it was 7th overall in the.
Just explain that to me. I don't know about this. Tell me about the A. So how's this all working? I don't know about this tournament at all. This league.
So with the different regional leagues, I think it's dependent on the strength of the league that you have.
Yeah.
Or maybe how many people turn up. So for the Northern League, for instance, the top 5 will qualify for A finals.
Yes.
And then I think it's 6, 7, 8, and 9 will qualify for B. I think it's the same in the Midlands League. And I think maybe the London League as well. And maybe the Scottish League where there's not as many people, maybe the top 3 qualify for A and then the next 3 for B.
But you're having, sorry, I've just realised that bloody aircon's on. Sorry, I just realised how noisy that was. So you're, so the finals are going to be at Pinfest?
Yeah. I think the A division Saturday morning at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
B division, I think, Wayne said it's 2 in the afternoon, which I don't mind actually, because it means I've got time to get to the bar before we start.
Well, you play well when pissed, don't you? Or hungover at least.
There's an improvement and then a drop off. So, let's get to that happy medium. point
Yeah.
between the two.
So if the game's been selected yet, what you're going to play on?
For the league, no, not yet. I think
Not
it's
for the final, you don't know?
No, we don't know yet. I think it's every league winner gets to choose a machine.
Right.
Either from what's there or one that they're bringing themselves to Pinfest.
So hold on a second. So you'll also be facing off with the Midlands guys as well. You'll sort of go into the same pot.
Yes,
is that right?
The league finals is kind of like a league round itself. So you'll be grouped with a few other people.
Yeah.
You play each machine once, and then you're sort of tallied up against everybody else for your final position. And then I think it's the top two go straight into the finals, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6 have a playoff, and the top two from that go into the final of the league finals.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know about this. So there's going to be a lot of competitions at Pinfest this year, really, isn't there?
I mean, we didn't have league finals last year because we didn't have any leagues last year. So I think the last one was 2019, the league finals. It was good fun.
Yeah, I bet. What with that and the obviously the NBAs and the ladies tournament, junior tournament as well. Obviously, got the stall ball there, the main competition, the classics. Are you entering the classics?
Yeah, I think I'll give it a go.
You give it a go. Do you know those machines?
No, not at all. That's why I've been trying to practice a bit more on classics at home. Because it's sort of where I'm a bit weak compared to other players, but
sure.
Again, it's knowing the machines and the rules and the tricks, etc. But yeah, we'll give it a go.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm recording this on the same day. I've already spoken to Craig today, so obviously that'll go out on Tuesday, and I'll put this out afterwards. But he's very much going to go for the classics as well. So I think there'll be a lot.
No matter where you look at Pinfest, there's hullabaloo going on everywhere, isn't there? There's so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. As long as I pay me subscription. As long as I remember where not where it is, but when it is. But I think Paul's done up a very nice itinerary, which he put up on the forum. That's for sure. And obviously, you'll be entering in the main competition.
Yeah, we'll have a go.
We'll have a go. You're being a little bit too coy for my liking. I think
it's one of them. I'll do the 4 entries for 20 quid if it's on again, but I'm not doing any sort of more than that. It's more to just go and enjoy yourself and see people that you don't get to see many times a year.
Of course, overall. But when you're in the tournament, bearing in mind you are a prestige player now, Ian. Let's be fair. You're a tournament winner. You're no nonsense. You're a tournament winner. Come on.
But the funny thing is with that is that I think 2 weeks after I won that tournament, I had my worst ever Northern League finish. With 0 points.
Probably the success had gone to your head or something.
Well, I mean, people were calling me the Slayer of the South. You know, that's.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one. I do think I would love to see that happen at Pinfest. You know, like the old darts walk-on. I've said it a few times. I wouldn't mind that at all. I think that would be good. You know, everyone having a sort of nick. That would be good on the back of your t-shirt. Slayer of the South.
It's been good the last 2 Pinfest finals. You know, there's been we've had some underdogs get to the finals the past couple of times.
Yes.
So I did it myself in 2019. Paul Owen got to the final last year as well.
He did. Played really well.
He did,
really well.
Yeah. He's a good player, is Paul. On his day, he can beat anybody.
Yeah. Was very good. So sorry to tell me 2019. Just refresh. So you got to the final qualifying. Was it top 24 or something to get through? We got it right.
Yeah, it's top 24. I think the top 8 had a bye to the second round.
Yeah.
All sort of head to head until the top 4 play in the final.
So where did you get to in that? What did you finish?
4th.
Overall. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're too modest. You're too modest.
Let's put it that way.
I can understand why you're modest because obviously I beat you on Batman, but had to be said. You're sorry.
You got to get your wins in while you can.
You got to, mate. You got to. Again, you were high on victory. Clearly knackered as well from the drive. You had a long old drive, hadn't you? I was surprised you did it because you were at David's house and spoken like a true northerner. You turned around and said, whilst I'm down south, I might as well pop in and see you. Like we all live close together, but I think you still had another sort of 100 miles to go from Davis
like
to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? When I'm down south, I'll just pop on round. So you did, it's a big old trek from you're up in Preston, aren't you?
Yeah, just south of Preston, yeah.
Yeah, big old trek from there. I've told you my story about sleeping a night at Preston Station, haven't I, before? So yeah.
You don't want to do that again.
No, it was fine. I quite liked it. Bloody nice old station, actually, to be fair. It was a long time ago, though, and a big night out in Blackpool had preceded it. Did you go to Nurg?
Sadly, no. It always falls at a bad weekend for me, but I'd love to go at some point in the future. Yeah. It does look like a really good social get-together as well.
Yeah, they had a blast there. Anybody that was there said they had a really, really good one. So you're there for the duration at Pinfest, right?
Yeah, because somebody's roped me into helping out with them on Friday as well. Don't know who that would be.
Don't know. No, Ian's helping me out. Ian has helped me out. Spencer, unfortunately, cannot make it. I say unfortunately, he's going to Thailand. Basically, Spencer is not in the country very much. He's always flying off somewhere or other, and he's gutted. He would have loved to have gone to Pinfest, but his lovely wife booked to go somewhere else, and much like yourself, pushing your luck with 3 pinball machines, Spencer knows when he's pushing his luck, and he realised that cancelling a trip to Thailand so as he can play pinball probably wasn't a good idea. So I've roped you in to basically hold the camera, help explain some machines to me as well, because your knowledge is vastly superior to mine. So yeah, we'll have a laugh, mate. But you're going down there with a pal, aren't you?
Yeah, me and Mike are driving down on Friday morning, picking up his walking dead on the way. So we're going to pack that down, chuck it in the back of my car, and then head down to Daventry, get that set up, and then I think get to the bar first, and then give you a help.
I got a wonderful stabilizer on my camera, so don't you worry. You have a nice couple of pints. You'll be absolutely fine. I intend to drink much. I do. I intend to drink an awful lot. I was saying to Craig earlier, I'm not feeling a massive burning desire to play loads of machines at this Pinfest, because I've been lucky enough to play so many machines this year. I am looking forward to getting drunk, really, if the truth be known.
Well, it's quite a sad statement, isn't it? We're just all looking forward to getting drunk together.
Yeah, but you know what? It's getting drunk and talking pinball, which makes such a difference from getting drunk and talking football. So we may even do a little bit of both, Ian. Because I mean, one thing that was really good last year was was once Phil shut up. I don't mean talking. I mean once he locked. Once Phil locked up, let's put it that way, was actually going into the bar area and playing on Chris B's and Pinball Heaven's pinball machines in the foyer there. That was a really, really good. That was a real good laugh, actually. Once people were well oiled. So looking forward to that as well. You texted me the other day about Godzilla. So this is obviously after you'd been to Tilt, because I didn't understand the context of that. And what did you say to me?
It's bloody good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's obviously that was your first go.
Yeah. It's quite funny as well. The first game on it, I think we had, because I used that Stern app.
Yes.
The insider thing.
Yeah, never mind.
And it tells you how many games you played. I think I played 12 games on it altogether that day, and it's funny. It's your first ever game on it is your best of the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. So what did you like about it?
It's the usual Elwyn thing where it looks like it shouldn't work, but it does with the shots and the flow of the game, because he's putting things in places where you sort of cookie cutter design is totally different. It's not a fan layout. You've got side shots. You've got shots coming through orbits that come out in strange places. You got really that ramp on the left side is an absolute swine to hit. The right ramp is steep as hell, but it's just really good. The flow of it is it's great.
I love that phrase, cookie cutter design. You're meaning that, aren't you? from the. Obviously, I know you don't mean Godzilla. You're meaning it's so far away from the standard
Yeah.
layout.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at a lot of more recent games that have come out, all the shots are in sort of a single direction. I mean,
Yep.
Mandalorian, I can't click with that game. I don't really get it. And all the shots are sort of just in a sequence like that. And
Yes.
it's all apart from maybe one or two, it's all very predictable.
Who did that one again? Who designed it?
Was it Brian Eddy? I think it was Brian Eddy.
Yeah, maybe it was it. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Same with Stranger Things. To me, that's just Attack from Mars with new code on it. It's sort of the layout of it and the feel and the flow.
I get the layout. The thing I would say with Stranger Things, aside from stuff which you'll hear, I've already covered. I spoke to Craig earlier. So much of the playfield is obscured, so it probably seems smaller than it is.
That was my biggest issue with Toy Story. We had a couple of games on that, and I just could not get into that at all. Toy Story.
So sorry, was what the playfield was obscured? What do you mean, that top section?
Yeah, because somebody's put an iPad over the playfield.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, to be fair, that's tucked away in the far corner. So you generally have something there. Funny enough, Guns N' Roses doesn't have that area of the playfield, is not accessible. So this is not for me to tell you why you didn't like it. I think what I mean is Stranger Things. It's in the middle and it's far further down the playfield. So actually, I think when you hit the right, I think the right shot is to take it into the pop bumpers. You don't see them. Yeah. You can hear it jiggling around. You're waiting for it to come out, but I think so much of it is obscured. But I think funny enough, Mandalorian, a lot of that is obscured as well. With it's all very in front of you. Whereas I think Elwyn on it's not just on this game, on Jurassic Park, on Avengers Infinity Quest as well, has cleared the playfield. The playfield is pretty. So just have a little, it's pretty much. I don't know why I double checked, but it is pretty much clear, that playfield. And I think it's you got some long shots on there, and obviously those other games have long shots. But being able to see a long shot is quite key. I don't think it's any good if you've got a long shot, but actually the ball disappears from view halfway along on its trajectory. So, what else did you play when you were there, apart from Toy Story and thingy?
Well, I mean, we mostly played Godzilla. Say a couple of games on Infinity Quest, Mandalorian, Toy Story, Cactus Canyon, the remake.
Yes. How did you like that?
I mean, it's Cactus Canyon, so it's good. The lighting didn't agree with me too much. I thought it was a bit. Thought some of the GI effects were a bit harsh.
It is bright, actually. Yes, it is bright. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, say it's Cactus Canyon, and it's got we noticed there's a few extra bits in the code as well, which is all good.
Sure. And the I mean, I thought the job they've done with the screen on that, and clearly they've got some extra animations in it as well. Stunning looking machine. Actually, was
they do look good. Those big displays, don't they?
They do. I think it's something I'm going to look to do. I always point the wrong way. That's because the camera's in reverse. I should know really. It's right behind me, but I still get it the wrong side. Something I want to do with Monster Bash, I think, is probably get the big screen on there. I know Davey does the big screen on that, but it's such a good game. I know me telling you've been playing Monster Bash for years, you know all about it, but it's been a real Monster Bash, been a real voyage of discovery for me. I sort of suspected I would like it. I played it a couple of times. You can't tell from playing games a couple of times. You can't tell until you've actually got it. It's a fantastic game. It's a
Stone Cold classic.
Sorry?
Stone Cold classic, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. Yeah. But just going back to what you said, I don't think Stranger Things can hold a candle to Attack from Mars. I really don't. I don't. I think you've got to have Attack from Mars there. I know people say that like the saucers there, but even once it goes past the saucer, you can still see it. Even when it goes back, for the to loop round for the lock and stuff like that, you can still see it. The orbits, all the ramps there, and it is exactly that. It's that fan layout, of course. But it is amazing, absolutely amazing. So you haven't played Rush yet?
Not seen one, no.
Oh, have you not? Okay.
I mean, it's not a band that I'm into either. So if Chris is bringing one, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll have a go and we'll see what we think. I mean, I didn't think much of Led Zeppelin last year, but I probably only get maybe 2 or 3 goes on it.
Led Zeppelin was in the competition.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, played it in the comp a couple of times.
Okay. So, but were you there on the Friday? So, did you get to play it on the Friday to get some practice on it?
Yeah, but then again, everybody else was waiting to play it as well.
Because it was new, wasn't it? Yeah, no one had played it, and they're not many people have got them, have they?
Yeah.
So you didn't like. Obviously, you don't think much of that one, obviously.
I don't think I played it enough to really get an opinion on it, but it didn't really sort of scream out to me.
I think you've got to have those games. You've got to have time with those games, and like what you've done there. Want someone to lend you one. I don't think there's enough Led Zeppelins in the country for anybody to lend you one. I think with games like that, the code isn't instantly obvious. Particularly when you say about Rush, if you don't like the band, then you don't know the band. Then, like me, you're going to look at it and think, I don't know why it's got a time machine in it. I don't. Why are they going from different planets? I don't know because I'm not into the band. Now, if you were a Rush fan, you'd probably tell us, oh, right, well, the different planets signified this album or this song, and there's a reason that they're going for that, and there's a reason you're advanced. I understand on Theatre of Magic why you're advancing the clock. Elvira House of Horrors, I understand why you're advancing the clock. I have no idea why on Rush you've got to travel forward 100 years. None. Yeah. And because of that, it's not intuitive. So the lineup for Pinfest, the main competition lineup. Can you remember what's in it?
No.
You can't remember what's okay, right. Well, do you know
let's have a look.
Let's have a look now, because I think certainly in fact
Lethal Weapon 3's in it. I remember because Dan's
as is Turtles. I think I'm about to oh no, see I've even pulled up the wrong one here. What have I got? That's Pinfest 2022.
You know what? Lethal Weapon 3. That's a really oddball choice of game. I like that.
I think that might be Dan bringing that.
It is, yeah. It's not one that you see often in tournaments. Lethal Weapon 3. It's an oddball choice, but I like it when that happens.
I don't know it at all. So actually, you're going to have to give me some tips. Dan will probably have to give me some tips on that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've not played a Lethal Weapon 3 for probably 5 years.
I'm just looking. It's on machine donations. I think I'm looking. I can't.
I've got it here. So you got your Batman.
Tell me.
Your Batman.
Yeah.
Got Godzilla.
Yeah.
Blackjack.
I don't know. Okay, right. So Blackjack. Tell me about Blackjack. I don't know about that.
It's you're playing Blackjack, which is quite obvious. There's different targets around the play field that affect your hand and the dealer's hand. So do you
know how to play Blackjack?
I played it before. It's quite a simple game.
I don't know the rules.
There's not much to learn, to be honest. Just watching a tutorial video on it on YouTube somewhere.
You mentioned it's not just watching how to play the pinball. You got to watch. They not got a snap one.
Yeah. Or an Uno game.
Yeah, absolutely. A bit of top trumps or something. Yeah, that'd do me.
West Ham top trumps. There you go.
I'll be all over that. I might not be able to hit the shots, but I'd know what shot I needed to hit before I missed it. So so Blackjack. That's an older game then, obviously.
Yeah, it's a very early solid state.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. You got Ninja Turtles.
Do you know this? Do you know Ninja Turtles?
I know how to play it badly.
So you know some rules.
Yeah, I know some. Yeah, we had it at Andy Foster's League meet a couple of weeks ago. Speaking of Andy, we've got his Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
8 Ball from Terry.
Don't know that one.
Another sort of early solid early 80s game.
Yes. Because Tony's got an 8 Ball, but I've not played it.
I think from memory, it's a one-shot game.
What? So one shot scores most of the points, you mean?
Yeah. Hot Wheels.
Would you like to share with us? Actually, don't share with us. Share with me privately what that one shot is.
Yeah. It's the top orbit, I think.
I think you've ruined our advantage now, Ian. We had a little.
Let's face it. I think most people playing at the comp are going to know that anyway.
This might have to do some other dodgy tactics. But go on.
Yeah. Hot Wheels.
which was there last year, which I quite enjoyed that game.
Do you know what? Paul Garner's bought one, and we had it at Andy's league meet as well. It's a fun game, that.
It's a fun game.
It's a bit oddball, and Paul's told a few of us, the way to get a good score on it.
Oh, is he now?
Good scores at the league meet. I think last year, the only person who knew how to play it was Ian Wallace because it was his game.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good choice. Fishtails. Everybody knows how to play Fishtails.
I know roughly how to play Fishtails, but a thread was put up recently, and then someone said on it, "Oh, well, Fishtails all about multi-ball." I thought, is it? Is it? I thought.
Well, you've got two obvious ways of doing it: either the boat ramp or multi-ball. Multi-ball is going to get you a bigger score, but the boat ramp's a bit safer.
Yeah. I was going to say I've spent all my time playing Fishtails, avoiding the multi-ball, because it is obviously a bit of a drain monster. But yes, I mean, what a fantastic game that is. It's
great.
It really is special. That game is special. I know David put a thread up recently and ode to Fishtails.
It's like a previous ode to Roadshow is now turned into an ode to Fishtails.
I did wonder. I didn't want to bring it up. I wonder if something else shiny has taken his eye, if he's being unfaithful.
Maybe. I mean, maybe he's going to turn up to Pinfest with a red and Ted hat and a fishing rod.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Maybe if you want him, do it.
Yeah, well, it's one or the other for me. To be fair, I don't think you get away with both. That being said, funny enough, I saw this the other day, so I bought this. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So I will be turning up to Pinfest with my Godzilla t-shirt and my Deadpool t-shirt.
Very nice.
I know. So maybe you can do both.
Have you got your little press hat as well?
A little press hat. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Right. Just before we go to the rest of them, will you be doing some commentary again with Tim?
Yeah. I mean, it helps that because I know Godzilla a little bit now. So if he's got his cameras on there, I'm not going to be completely lost about what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's reasonably easy to follow, although the small nuances. I think the thing is, I mean, you soak up all these rules, and I said that to you when you came and showed me Batman, and you'd never had a Batman at your house or anything like that.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had one for a couple of months when.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that would explain. Oh, well, there you go. That explains it. But I still think you soak up all the rules. You do still look at videos and try and learn what rules you can. I think it's probably quite important when you're commentating, particularly when the good players are playing, to know what they're going to try and hit next. So
it's good to watch them on the stream because you can pick up things as well that they're doing that you might not have even thought about.
Yeah. Okay, so what else we got?
Let's have a look. So
got Joker
Poker. Yeah, so we've got David Dutton's Joker Poker.
Yeah.
All us Northerners are very familiar with that.
Okay. So, well, I'll tell you what, clearly, I don't know Blackjack, so I clearly don't know how to play poker either.
No, it's not strip poker, so keep your clothes on.
Always.
Keep that Deadpool shirt on.
Wait, don't worry. I'll have a Godzilla one underneath, so it's fine.
There you go. Hedging your bets.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm fickle. Any others?
The last one's Lethal Weapon 3.
Oh, of course, which is down to. Do you know what you're doing on that game?
I've got a rough idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Rough idea. There's a few points in that game where it's you got to take your there's a shooter on the there's like a gun trigger to shoot the ball, and on certain parts of the game it sort of encourages you to fire that instead of having your hands on the flippers.
Oh, really? What does that operate the flippers?
No, it operates the ball plunger.
Yeah.
But there are certain intervals during the game. There's animations that kick in that encourage you to fire, and if you're not careful, you're taking your right hand off and firing the gun. All of a sudden, you've got no right flipper to use.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Kind of like Star Wars with the your TIE fighter with your button.
Yeah. Oh, horrible thing to do. And because you've got to hit it repeatedly, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, we were saying at Tilt on Saturday, if you got that heat ray on Godzilla, what you want to do is trap a ball up and use your chin.
You can do that if you can trap a ball. It's not...
If you got balls on either flipper, just put your chin down and put it on the button.
You can do that, but actually, as the building's collapsing or whatever, you can just charge it up anyway. It does give you some time. If it's in the scoop, you can charge that right. That's one thing I noticed with it. You can charge that button up. The ball doesn't have to be in play. So, for instance, even if it's like on the magnet or something like that, you can just wait and then it drops. Then you can do it. Or if it goes in for like the Mecha Godzilla or whatever, you can. When the ball is being held up by something, because it is very hard. I don't know how you found it. Very, very hard to get the ball to rest on the flippers in Godzilla.
Yeah, because the angles on this quite shallow, isn't it?
Yes. Did you notice that? Did you know that was going to be the case?
Away. Yeah, straight away.
But did you know about it before?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. I thought there was something wrong. I want to say wrong with it. And I said to Craig, actually, I said, mate, I think I might need to adjust I don't know, I think my flippers are at the wrong angles. And he said, no. He said, I just explained, he said, there's nothing wrong with your machine at all. He said, that's how it's meant to be. He said he's designed it so as you have to use the ramps to transfer it from one flipper to the other, basically. But as you'll have hopefully seen it by now, Craig has decided that the ski pass is the way to get it from one flipper to the other. And he has since demonstrated his ski pass technique to Denmark, to the lucky people of Denmark. Basically, have learned how to have been taught his strategy for it's basically one of the monster modes, whatever the battle. That's it, battle. I got to keep looking. One of the battle modes, which is So that I know, but I did think because probably And then Craig was telling me, he said, Deadpool's not easy either. He said the flippers are a little bit. I thought, actually, they are. And then what the flippers I really like, I'd never given any thought that flippers might have a slightly different arrangement. Batman, not at the moment, because it's just like the bonnet's up. The flippers on that I love because I can live catch on that. It's the only game I've got where I can live catch. Well, not on demand, but you know what I mean? Almost when I want to. And probably the second one that's closest to that would be Attack from Mars, actually. So I do appreciate it.
You're talking about live catches and things like that. Listen to you.
Yeah, but no, only on special machines where it's been, like pimped up and doctored and it's probably doping, really. I listen. I didn't set it up just when I got it. I thought, wow, look at that. And if you there's a repetitive shot, which my repetitive shot on that, which is the Commissioner Gordon one.
Oh yes, yeah.
So if you get it and you get it exactly right on that right flipper, you can bang do it up, and then it comes straight back down, bang, and you can live catch it. Yeah. Many an evening I've spent trying to get my the Commissioner Gordon high score on that, and it's a really good boost. So I'm at the moment. It's getting a bit squeaky bum with it, really, but squeaky bum time. The armor is still not here.
Right.
And that's going to Pinfest. Sorry?
What colour is the armor going to be?
And I would not like to divulge such things at this point, Ian, to be honest with you. As I want it to be like a nice surprise. And I've spoken to him, he needs to get it to me by the end of this week, really. Otherwise, it's going to be, it gets a little bit difficult. Well, he does need to be the end of this week, because next week, it's Thursday, I'm going up there. It's not going to be the end of the world. It'll just have that, we'll have that armor on it, which is not, it'd be perfectly playable. I did sort of have it in my mind that it would go to Pinfest and look gorgeous. So, I think I'll have to give him a phone call tomorrow, really, and just see where we're at. But we did. I phoned him up. Tail end of last week, and said, "How are we going with that armor?" And he uttered the words to me. Oh yeah, he said, "Sorry, mate, I've been really busy. When did you need it for?"
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not really what I wanted to hear.
It's the equivalent of your taxi driver saying, "I'm just round the corner, mate."
Yeah. But let's say I'm just round the corner, mate. What's your address?
Yeah.
That's basically it. Ian, been a pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing you. Well, I won't see you next Thursday. I'll see you Friday.
See you Friday, yeah.
We'll get you a beer, and then get you. Then you can follow me excitedly round Pinfest while I talk about loads of machines I know nothing about, and then we might follow you in one of the tournaments.
Oh no, don't do that.
We'll have to see, mate. You've made yourself available, mate. Eh? You'll have your press hat on as well. Absolutely, mate. Thank you as ever. I mean, what you've been a star. Well, you've joined us 4 times now?
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah, came round, showed me how to play Batman. Sorted out, got Andy around your house so it could appear in a Chinwag. You helped me out with a camera. It's very, very much appreciated, my friend.
Just one other thing before you finish. Happy birthday to the Chinwag.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
It's
brilliant.
Been just here, hasn't it?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a little bit funny because the first thing I ever uploaded was a Deadpool one, but I just sort of uploaded it. That wasn't sort of part of it. But since I started taking it seriously, and decided to run it as basically a UK magazine, really, which is what it's meant to be, UK pinball video magazine, if you want. Yeah, it's been a year. Yeah, but thanks, mate. Really, really appreciate it. You've done one of many people that have done a lot to help.
Yeah, keep up the good work.
I will, and I say this, and I know I say this, and people are hopefully watching this little bit. The first year last year was difficult because the channel wasn't known, the Chinwag wasn't known. I think because of that, it was hard for me to maybe, to be filming and stuff like that. Whereas I think people hopefully are now more familiar with it, and hopefully people won't mind. They'll know where it's going, and I'm hoping that I can ask a few people to talk to me, and we can get their opinions about how they're enjoying Pinfest and the rest of it. But when you don't know anyone, you just think, why is this guy here with his camera? Is he going to stitch me up or what? You just don't know. So so I do pre-warn. I say pre-warn. It'd be very nice to have some interviews there and to speak to some people on the fly, not even sit down serious. Just find out. Be lovely to go around and ask everybody how they're enjoying it and what their favourite machine has been and what their favourite Pinfest moment. I think that would be a really good thing that I'd like to do and put it all together in a video. But there we go, mate. Anyway, we'll look forward to that, mate. Thank you very much for joining us.
I shall see you a week on Friday.
Looking forward to it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Ian. He is a top sport. He really is. He's been nothing but supportive. For the first day, I'll tell you now, the first day I got to the Pinfest, actually, it was the second day. I went and met Spencer in the car park. Don't forget to put your registrations in, by the way. Put your registration in when you go to the lobby. You've got to put your registration in and say how long you're staying for. But Ian came straight over and introduced himself to me. He saw me in the foyer, came straight over, introduced himself to me and Spencer. Lovely, lovely guy. And was it the Slayer of the South? You better watch out for him if you get drawn in a tournament with Ian. He's been practicing on I was going to say on his Lord of the Rings, on somebody else's Lord of the Rings. Right, I'm going to go. Please, I was going to say, please like and subscribe. To be fair, if you're watching this, you probably already are subscribed. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing loads of you at Pinfest. Please do excuse me if I don't remember everybody's name. We're doing name tags, so that's going to help. Really looking forward to it. I will catch up with you all then. Take care now. Bye-bye.